interview with my grandfather, William Hampton David Hurt II.
That was a lot slower than it is now. Our telephones, we shared party lines. We had rotary dials. I didn't have a television until I was in the 5th grade, 1954 or 1955, somewhere in there. And we had a large radio we listened to. It was mainly my mother. At times, like I said, it was a lot safer. We never locked our front door. We never had to worry about somebody breaking into our house. Our kids played until it got dark, and then they went home. And we never worried about strangers picking on us or things like that. Those things back then were unheard of. My dream of what I wanted to be? When I was a kid, I guess by the time I was in the 7th grade, I wanted to be a coach. Athletics was my ticket to higher education. It was a way for me to.
And that's what you are today.
Well, it paid off in that respect, but I took a long way to get there. I didn't pay attention to my schooling, to my grades until it got important, my junior and senior year in high school. And at that point, I settled down and started making better grades. If I had it all over to do again, I would have been a better student from the beginning rather than the end. Girlfriend, my first romance was your grandmother, Momo, and Tony and I started phone dating when we were freshmen, and then started actual dating when we were sophomores. My kids, they're great kids. Being a coach, I spent most of my time out of the house. I always tell people that I spent my life raising other kids, and my wife spent her life raising our kids. And all the success of my children, our children, is because of Momo, because of Grandma. The greatest joy, success of our children. All 3 master's degrees, double masters in some cases. So it's their education has paid off for them. Most of our entertainment was self-entertainment. We in high school we'd hang out together, talk a lot, laugh. I had lots of sports interests, things like that. Later on, we had television. That, of course, was part of our entertainment. Television shows back then were very naive, let's say. They didn't have very much kissing or things like that going on. My dad took me out in his 49 Ford. Had a stick shift, 3 on the column, and a clutch, and had overdrive, and he thought it was a hot rod. A gift of tenacity, a gift of not giving up, not quitting. To stick with something, whether it's good or bad. If you start something, finish it. And if coaches always say, tough times don't last, tough people do, and that's exactly right.
Thank you for interviewing me, Grandpa.
It was my pleasure. Anybody with the middle name Hampton is all right in my book, I guarantee you.